Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, August 20, 2021. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced new curfew hours and 7 no-movement days spread over the next 3 weeks in a bid to curb the latest surge in COVID-19 cases. The no-movement days are this Sunday, August 22, Monday, August 23, and Tuesday, August 24. Then the following week, Sunday, August 29, Monday, August 30, and Tuesday, August 31. The last no-movement day is Sunday, September 5. During a virtual press conference at Jamaica House last night, the Prime Minister said this and other restrictions have become necessary to cut the rate of infections and reduce hospitalizations and deaths.
Based on the latest report this morning, Jamaica recorded 555 new cases of COVID-19 and a positivity rate of 41.9%. Unfortunately, we report 3 additional deaths as a result of the pandemic. Yesterday, we also had official confirmation of the presence of the Delta variant in Jamaica. Our case numbers are unacceptably high and rising, and the rate of hospitalization is beyond, and I want to stress this, beyond the capacity of our health system to cope.
He stressed that the police have been given clear instructions to enforce the restriction on movement during the designated periods. Non-essential service businesses were ordered to close at midday today and next Friday, August 27, to allow persons adequate time to procure essential items ahead of the lockdown periods. There are also changes to the curfew hours. Tonight it begins at 9 p.m., while for tomorrow, August 22, it's 8 p.m. After this weekend, the curfew hours outside of the no-movement days will be from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. weekdays and 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Saturdays. As it regards the midday closure this and next Friday, some workplaces are exempt. These include courts, security firms, finance, transportation and health services, as well as the NWC, JPS, gas stations, public works and sanitation entities, fire stations, supermarkets, wholesales and stores, restaurants and corner shops. Other restrictions have also been put in place to address the rising COVID-19 cases in the country. Places of worship will be restricted to having no more than 20 persons in attendance. No crusades, conferences, or conventions are permitted.
On Sunday, August 29 and Sunday, September 5th, places of worship will be allowed to have 20 persons physically present in the church. Persons who leave home on these days, these 2 Sundays, will have to carry on them their ID, obviously. But you would recall in a previous order that we had gazetted a form which we agreed with the churches, which would have the names of the persons who are allowed to travel during the curfew hours.
There is also a 20-person limit for weddings and annual or extraordinary general meetings. The general public gathering limit remains at 10 persons. Only virtual events will be allowed for events put on by public entities. No funerals will be allowed during the period August 25 to September 7. Burials will, however, be allowed Mondays to Fridays, excluding the no-movement days, with a maximum of 15 persons in attendance. Burials must take place between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., lasting no longer than 30 minutes. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced that the no-movement days and new curfew hours will not affect government's vaccination program. Certain sites will remain open during those periods, so persons with vaccination appointments will be allowed to fulfill these.
Persons will be required to present evidence of the appointment. They can show their text message if they get one, or the email. If they're going for their second shot, they can show that their vaccination card. Obviously, this is not a wholesale extension. Your direction of travel must be going to a site. All students who will be going to schools to get vaccinated on no movement days should have the messages that their schools would have sent them and their school IDs as proof that they're going to be vaccinated.
On the heels of receiving another 204,000 doses of vaccines Thursday morning, the Prime Minister says persons can no longer use availability as an excuse not to get vaccinated. He's urging Jamaicans to heed the medical warnings and take the vaccine to give themselves a fighting chance against the coronavirus.
Nobody's saying that you may not get ill if you are vaccinated, you may not contract the disease. That's not what the science is saying. What the science is clearly saying is that the risk of an adverse or fatal event is very low.
The existing work-from-home directive for the public sector has been extended to September 7, 2021. During his Thursday night press briefing, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said only persons who work in critical service delivery or who cannot do their job functions at home should go into the physical office location.
For the private sector, I'm issuing a strong appeal to employers to ensure only persons who cannot work from home to come to the workplace.
In other news, residents in South Manchester communities will be getting much-awaited access to potable water. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, says a water shop will be established to serve the areas. He gave the commitment during a recent tour of several communities in the parish.
Everybody knows that South Manchester is one of the parishes that has a severe challenge when it comes down to water. And the visit that we did today, we look at a number of areas that are affected severely by lack of running water. We are expecting to put a water shop as soon as the arrangements have been completed.
The water shop is to be housed in the St. Tullys community in the area. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has extended heartfelt condolences to the family of former Member of Parliament for South West St. Anne, Ernest Smith. Mr. Smith died on Wednesday at age 70. Prime Minister Holness remembered the former MP and attorney for his larger-than-life personality and devotion to his constituents and the practice of law. Mr. Holness also described Smith as a true man of the people, whose wit was as classic as his common touch. Ernest Smith leaves behind his wife Lynette and 5 children, including Minister of State in the Finance Ministry, Marcia Smith. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.